rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. Jimmy Dramatic here, ready to rock around the world. Hi, peeps, how you doing? Everything cool, lovely. Rastafari, live and reign. Yes, listen here, check it out. The campaign is on. It's the second day. Today I find myself indoors again, not outdoors that I was expecting, but I'm working on some very important things, a lot of backup. I got an email from my boss, the Professor Kenneth McKay, who's in Malawi, which is over there, right there. And basically, we're in trouble because we've got 9 months to get everything sorted out before a British company begins to drill for oil in our beloved lake. And we want to stop them. Basically, we want them. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even care about safety measures or any of that kind of stuff there. The only safety measures that works for me is that you don't drill at all. You know what I'm saying? But I think people have gone much further than that, and there's actually questions about whether, I think most of what the campaign is going on about right now is, or whether the safety measures have been looked at and whether people are going to get a share in the money and blah, 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 blah. So it looks like it's gone a stage further than where I'm coming from. Anyway, no matter what the grounds are for people to get involved, they need to get involved, you see. But like I say, for me, it's like don't drill at all. It's the only safety measures. Look at what happened with the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Look how long that took. That took a long time to clean up, and that is like out at sea. You know, what about Lake Malawi, which is just like landlocked? You know, even just the process of drilling on a daily basis, the oil that's going to be coming out of that is going to be enough to disturb our balance in the marine biology. So my stance, and I hope everybody else will join me, is to say don't drill at all. So if we don't drill, then what's the alternative for the people? Because the poverty is excruciating. It's killing the people right now. Being down there, it's hopeless. You know, it's all going backwards, and we cannot have that. So I've been working so long to look at the dynamics of what's happening on the earth so that we can create the right type of dynamics that are conducive to wealth creation. You know, and so we do have an alternative in place. Guess what? It's right there. It's when we started out more than, when was it? Now in 2017. 2013 is when I created the $10 billion plan, the $10 billion team. You know, when we started out with that in 2013, this was the vision. You know, when we've been talking about walking for water, it was also kind of masking to walk against oil, but I don't walk against. If I was against, I would have the tunnel vision, the same tunnel vision that some people like to accuse me of. I actually don't have. You know, I broadened my mind to say, okay, look, walk for water and then get everybody on board. And then when you get everybody on board because they love water, then we go against the oil. So the time has come now for us to all go against the oil, you see? So water is such a broad-based foundation for anything and everyone. Everyone comes together because of water. My experience in South Africa I'm thinking about 10 million things at the same time, and I'm trying to get it all out at the same time. My experience in South Africa, it illustrated that idea very clearly, that water brings people together. In the same week that I was sitting on the same bench with people of the PAC, which is way more radical than the ANC, you know, when they were having a celebration in Langa to remember Robert Sobukwe, I sat with these veterans, you know, amongst them, on a chair right amongst them, because they had heard that I was going to walk for water, and they loved that. They're all about land as a resource, okay? This is before even the EFF was formed. The PAC was the most radical, you know? So the same week I walked up to Swellendam, and Swellendam is the first Afrikaans republic, the first Afrikaner republic, the first republic by white people in South Africa, which goes back way to the 17, I don't know what. But they basically were a republic before we even had a constitution that is in South Africa now, even before apartheid. When I come to that little town and they hear about my walking for water, next thing you know, I'm embraced by these people. You see what I'm saying? So if I had said that I was walking for land and I came to Swellendam and said, here I am walking for land, you know, they say, oh man, not my piece of land, not my land, bro. You get off my land right now, otherwise, you know, you can tell Mandela that, you know what. That's what I'm talking about. So Julius Malema. You're one of those Julius Malemas people, but now I'm just a Rasta man walking for water. But I do have the right advice for Julius Malema. I have the right advice for Donald Trump. I have the right advice for every human being who I know needs water, because I'm going through the channels of water. No matter how big the man you ever see was once a baby, as Bob Marley would say, The biggest man you ever did see was once a baby in this life, in this life, in this life, in this old sweet life we're coming in from the cold. So you see, that's the point. When we look with the eyes of the Creator, we look at each and every creation and each and every human being with the same type of love. So when there's some people who talk in a way that we don't agree with, you kind of like say, well, I get where you're coming from, but I can correct you with love, because we got the tools and the means with which to correct the people. You see, that's what Rastafari means. So there's no need I go out and become hateful towards ones and ones because they don't really over what's going on. I is here to create. We are creators. So now, it looks like I'm preaching a lot, but again, how much time? Well, still, what I'm trying to say to you all is, first of all, don't miss out this. Create a page on your profile that's called Lake Malawi by candlelight. Because what we're going to do is we're going to try to get as many people to have a candle or a solar lamp or something around Lake Malawi in Tanzania, in Mozambique, in Malawi, and everywhere as close as possible, as many people as possible on the planet and on this earth. And then at the given moment, when we have drones and we have aeroplanes and helicopters and hopefully even a satellite, because we're going to write to NASA about this, then the pictures, we're going to give the command and the lights will go on, and you can see it from space and you can see everywhere that all the people are one. They have lit the light for Lake Malawi to say no to fossil fuel, yes to solar energy. Because the fact is that all around Lake Malawi, there's so much sunshine in the whole of Mangochi area that we could actually just be investing in solar energy, turn everybody into a solar farmer. This is what my professor tells me, my boss, the one man who in this life I've ever called a boss, who I work for. That's Professor Kenneth McKay, who's been working with the fish in Lake Malawi for so many years, over 40 years, documenting the fish, which are very unique fish, and basically looking out for the lake and even campaigning to the level that the lake is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You see, now being a UNESCO World Heritage Site means that it should be totally exempt from any kind of oil drilling, prospecting, or whatever that's going on. That'd be in violation of our rights as humans of this earth, because the United Nations stands for who we are. You see, now I as Rasta people know that His Imperial Majesty set up the United Nations, and for these exact reasons, that's why he set it up. So I'd really encourage the Rasta people around the world to really get onto this page and don't joke about it either, because I'm not joking about it, you see. So basically that's what I've got to say in this one message. I'm going to have to stop and rethink and then hit you again with another message, because it all got to come out right now. But basically, a little explanation about that, all right? I'll hit you again in a second, just in a second. I just got to gather my mind. I've got too many things going on in my mind right now. But I love you, I love the earth, I love the planet, I love everything. People, go out there, be good, love one another, make love, feel good, play music, be happy, and spread the vibration. See? Rastafari live.